The plane descended through a thick blanket of clouds, the urban sprawl of Tokyo materializing beneath us. The sheer scale of it was breathtaking, a concrete jungle stretching as far as the eye could see. Stepping off the plane at Haneda Airport, the first thing that struck me was the air. It was thick with humidity, carrying a faint scent of the sea and something else I couldn't quite place. The efficiency of Japanese customs was impressive. Passports were checked, forms stamped, and bags collected with a quiet, almost robotic precision. It was a stark contrast to the usual airport chaos. Exiting into the arrivals hall, I was met with a wave of unfamiliar sounds. The melodic announcements in Japanese, the hurried footsteps on the polished floor, the chatter of travelers from all corners of the globe. Despite the jet lag fogging my brain, I felt a surge of excitement. This wasn't just another trip, it was the start of an adventure in a land steeped in history, tradition, and a culture so different from my own. This was Japan, and it was already exceeding my expectations. Tokyo is a city of contrasts, a place where ancient temples sit in the shadows of towering skyscrapers, and neon-lit streets give way to serene gardens. Each neighborhood has its own distinct personality, a unique flavor that adds to the city's vibrant tapestry. In Shinjuku, I felt dwarfed by the sheer scale of the buildings, the streets teeming with salarymen in dark suits and fashionable youth sporting the latest trends. Harajuku was a sensory overload, a riot of color and style. Here, teenagers dressed as anime characters posed for photos, while others browsed through boutiques overflowing with quirky clothing and accessories. It was a fascinating glimpse into Japanese youth culture, a world of bold self-expression and creative freedom. Asakusa, on the other hand, offered a glimpse into Tokyo's past. The air here was thick with the scent of incense, emanating from the Sensoji Temple, a magnificent Buddhist temple dating back to the 7th century. I wandered through the temple grounds, marveling at the intricate carvings and the serene atmosphere, a stark contrast to the frenetic energy of Shinjuku and Harajuku. In Tokyo, it seemed, the past and the present coexisted in perfect harmony. As night fell, Tokyo transformed into a city of neon and light. The skyscrapers that dominated the skyline by day became canvases for dazzling light shows, their facades illuminated with advertisements and animations. I found myself drawn to Akihabara, Tokyo's electric town, where multi-story buildings overflowed with electronics, anime merchandise, and video games. The energy here was infectious, a constant buzz of activity and excitement. I wandered through the crowded streets, mesmerized by the flashing lights, the sounds of video games blaring from arcades, and the sheer volume of merchandise on display. It was a side of Tokyo I'd only ever seen in movies, and it was even more surreal in person. For a different perspective on the city, I rode the elevator to the observation deck of the Tokyo Sky Tree, one of the tallest structures in the world. From this vantage point, Tokyo unfolded beneath me like a glittering tapestry. The city lights stretched out in every direction, a breathtaking panorama of urban sprawl. It was a sight I wouldn't soon forget, a reminder of the sheer scale and energy of this incredible city. Leaving the futuristic sprawl of Tokyo behind, I boarded the Shinkansen, Japan's famed bullet train, bound for the ancient capital of Kyoto. The train lived up to its reputation, gliding effortlessly through the countryside at incredible speed. The scenery outside my window transformed from urban landscapes to rolling hills dotted with traditional farmhouses and temples. Kyoto was a city steeped in history, home to countless temples, shrines, and gardens. My first stop was the Fushimi Inari Shrine, a sprawling complex of thousands of vibrant red torii gates winding their way up a wooded mountainside. Walking through the seemingly endless tunnels of gates, I felt a sense of peace and tranquility. Later, I wandered through Gion, Kyoto's geisha district, hoping to catch a glimpse of these elusive figures. The streets were lined with traditional wooden buildings, tea houses, and exclusive restaurants, their paper lanterns casting a warm glow on the cobblestone streets. While I didn't spot any geisha, the atmosphere alone transported me back